Hey guys, welcome back for round 4. We are against Tech Forces. Tech Assen. Okay. Anyways, we're gonna play first for once in our life. Alright, this hand is marginal. I'm on the play, so I can go farmland into double visions, you know, which would almost assuredly hit lands, and then I've got path for removal. The problem is that I don't have a second color source, so I can't do like 2 in 1 turn. That said, I think that this hand is still keepable, so I'm going to try this out on the play. We'll see what happens. So, play the farmland. And we'll see what happens here. Very, like, you know, it's very possible that I just get run over. But, okay. I faced Death Shadow. I played, I think, 4 leagues with this deck over the past week or so. I faced Death Shadow, I think, once. And in this league, it looks like I'm facing it 3 times. A friend of mine actually just mentioned something in... you know, I'm going to do this. Sorry to get sidetracked. I'm going to just seize his crypt. A friend of mine just mentioned on Facebook that he played in a league. He plays Nightfall. His name is Mitchell Forst. He actually did pretty well at, I think, GP Vegas. And I think no, not GP Vegas. He went to GP Vegas, so I don't think they did very well, though. I think at the Open, he was X2 going into, like, round 14. I think he just lost the last 2, unfortunately. But he plays Nightfall, and he just played it in a league, and he said he played against Affinity 5 times in a row. So that's pretty rancid. Alright, so here it looks like we're actually playing against either Jund Shadow, which is less likely than just actual Jund. So I'm going to play Gideon here and lock down his Tarmogoyf. The question is, do I get Plains or do I get Hallowed Fountain? I've got another blue source here, but I think I want to get Hallowed Fountain in play so that I can cast like double Serum Visions next turn and try to, you know, avoid just getting crushed by like Liliana or something like that. I'm not really sure how that crushes, you know, avoids getting crushed by Liliana, but you know. Alright, so lock that down. And now he needs to have another land that taps for black mana to cast Liliana. He also needs another land that taps for black or green if he wants to cast something like Abrupt Decay. And he's got a fetch land, so it looks like he's not going to have a problem with either. Oh, Scavenging Ooze. That's really interesting. Okay. So he's at 10. He's thought-seizing me again. Alright, sure. Take a Serum Visions, I assume. Oh wow, I take Gideon Jura. I don't think that that's correct, but I don't know what his hand is either. Alright, so Quarter's pretty cool, actually. Lets me kill a tomb. I don't think that he has Liliana, but, you know. Lets me kill 2 lands with the combination of Tech Edge. But I'm going to play this Visions first. See if I can hit a removal spell, or at least scry one at the top. So there's Jace and another Serum Visions. Excuse me. Jace is great. Just gets me into cards. Unfortunately, though, I don't think it's great now because he's got 2 large threats in play. However, if I am able to lock down the Tarmogoyf with the Gideon, the maximum size that Scavenging Ooze can be is still just a 2/2. So maybe I just keep the Jace on top and then put the second Serum Visions on top. So then I can go Serum Visions into that other Serum Visions and then protect it from Thoughtseize. And then there's a Plains. So we'll bin the Plains. And I'll keep this Jace on top. And lock down Tarmogoyf. Play a Celestial Colonnade. And then now I've got up Cryptic Command, so he's at 8. I could very easily, end of his turn, like tap his team, and then like animate Colonnade and smash with the Gideon. So he's going to Inquisition. If he wants to play Liliana, he's going to have to go to 5. That's if he even has a Liliana. Okay, do that also. So he does have a Liliana, which is fine. He's got 1 card in his hand. I'm going to pitch my Ghost Quarter. Alright, so I've got a couple of options here. I can play the Jace that I have. That's one option. Another option is that I can use Cryptic Command to tap my opponent's team, or bounce the Tarmogoyf, which is even better yet, and then I can kill Liliana with the Gideon, and still survives the attack from Scavenging Ooze. And I think that I like that play a lot better. It's better than just locking down the Tarmogoyf, because then he's just going to start to eat away my hand anyways, because his Liliana is going to tick up, and it's going to tick out of range. He's got 0 cards in his hand, and I've got Jace and a Cryptic Command. I think that I like this play a lot better. So I'm going to go return target permanent to its owner's hand, draw a card. I drew Detention Sphere, which is pretty good. Oh, God. I meant to click forward just once. Man, today is not my day. Okay, well. I mean, I don't know. I'm playing this match. I'm playing 2 matches today on expert difficulty. So I have to get rid of Jace now, because I have to Detention Sphere the Liliana. I don't have another option. It's just bad. I'm just playing so rancid today, and I apologize. We're still not out of it completely, because I get to handle his Liliana now. But still, I mean, this is just poor play. Just very sloppy. He shouldn't have a Liliana, and I should be able to be Detention Sphering his Tarmogoyf for his Scavenging Ooze, and then Gideon would start to take over the game. I'd likely just Detention Sphere that, and then I'd still have a Jace. It's just bad play, and I apologize, and I promise that I will try to tighten myself up as much as I possibly can. Now, we're still far from dead. He's got no cards in hand, and I've got a much better board, I think. And I've got Colonnade, so if I draw an untapped land, I can actually just start clocking in, because he's just almost dead anyways. So prevent all the damage that Tarmogoyf would deal. And then animate Colonnade. Attack him for 4. Now he needs to have a second red land to activate the Raging Ravine. Otherwise, he just loses to another Colonnade hit. So he needs to have drawn either a Terminate or a Fatal Push off the top, I think is the only card that saves him here. And even if he's got that, it's still not the end of the world. kind of wish that I could kill the Raging Ravine, but I can't. So. Alright, so we're just gonna lock Tarmogoyf down. So I'm going to play this Plains pre-combat, and that's going to allow me to leave Tectonic Edge back, so that I can, if he does have a kill spell for the Colonnade, then I can just still Tech Edge his Raging Ravine, keep him off red, and then hopefully try to draw like a removal spell for the Tarmogoyf, and then I can crash in with Gideon for the final point of damage. But it looks like he doesn't have anything. He does. Or maybe he's just feigning me. Okay. Alright. I would do the same thing in his situation. Alright, cool. So, we're playing Blue-Eye Control on Expert difficulty. I mean, I can only laugh at just my poor play. I promise that I'm not usually doing this. Alright, so anyways, we are going to be looking at some stuff here. What do we want? Alright, so Geist is really bad against them because they have plenty of creatures to block with. Let's see what else. Condemn is pretty good. Stony is obviously bad. Reinforcement is bad. Cage is bad. Dispel's not great. Geist, again. The only thing Geist is really good for is if you sacrifice it, basically, to send the Angel token over at Liliana, but there's enough ways in the deck to kill it. I don't want Extra Verdict. They have a lot of, stuff that, dies to Verdict, obviously, but we've got some. I actually usually cut a pair or two. Or I usually cut one or two. So. Rest in Peace is pretty good. He's got Scavenging Ooze, so maybe I bring in the Rest in Peace. And obviously it's a hoser against Tarmogoyf. It doesn't look like he's playing like Grimplay or anything like that. I definitely want the Condemn. I definitely want Elspeth. And Crucible is great for being on the land destruction plan. Let's see what we got. So I'm going to cut a Leak. I'm going to cut a Verdict. I'm going to cut Snapcaster Mages. Bring in Rest in Pieces. Let's see. I'm going to cut Detention Sphere. And I think I cut Gideon Jura. And bring in Crucible and Vendilion Click. And then I'll try this. I really wanted to see if I could find some way to get in some of the negates. I don't really have a set sideboard plan for against this deck, but So this hand is Inquisition proof, which is pretty sweet. But I gotta ship. This hand's a lot better. It's not great, but it's better. Jace, I will keep on top. So I've got a lot of expensive cards in my hand, but the games are going to go long, so I definitely want to be able to make them go long and survive in the long game. So what these 4-mana cards help me do is just like Verdict away any of his plays, and then Jace gets me ahead on cards. Cryptic is obviously good. The only way that this is really terrible is if he goes Liliana next turn and then just starts eating my stuff. That's not good. But I drew Rest in Peace, which is pretty good interaction for right now. So I'll just cast it. It's just literally blanks this card. If he's got a Liliana, then he's got a Liliana. I'm probably pitching the Supreme Verdict because I don't care about this. But he does not have anything, it looks like. He could abrupt decay this. Okay, so he's just attacking for Zilch. I'm gonna play Serum Visions, try to find a land. Negate and Hallowed Fountain. I definitely want the Negate. I definitely want this Hallowed Fountain. Unfortunately, I can't cast that Wall of Omens right now, but I can play my lands, and the next turn I can just leave up Cryptic Command, or just play Jace, maybe. So he's decaying the Rest in Peace. That's a fine play. I mean, I don't, fault him for doing that. He doesn't know what else I have in my hand. But, what's this? Olivia? Oh, Huntmaster. That's interesting because he knows about Verdict. Maybe he's trying to bait me. I don't know. Regardless, I am definitely wrathing. There's no question. Getting a 2-for-1 here. It's not really a 3-for-1, but it's close. And now I've just got a lot of powerful cards. So if he does go Liliana, I can just pitch the wall. And then I can just fight the Liliana's discard with Jace. And if he does play Liliana and make both players discard a card, then he's going to lose his hand, which lets Jace just take over. So he's got Wall of Omens. Or I mean, he's got Kitchen Finks, which gets blocked by Wall of Omens very well. And then I've got Negate up so that if he tries to kill it or tries to play Liliana, then he's just in trouble. So this game's shaping up to be pretty good, and we're probably going to see the power of Jace being able to pull us back into a game that we, may not have had the best chance of winning. Alright. So he's got Decay. Unfortunately, there's nothing really I can do about that. So, getting clocked here. And that leaves our Jace defenseless also, which is pretty unfortunate, but it's not really all we can do. There's a second Kitchen Finks. So, maybe we draw a Detention Sphere. So, I think my plan here is to actually just Cryptic. I can just tap his Kitchen Finks and draw a card. And then that leaves up Negate, so if he did draw something scary, then I can negate it. And then I get to play Jace and tick down and maybe hit Detention Sphere. So I'm going to tap all of his creatures and draw a card. Could also draw Snapcaster Mage. Path to Exile is great, obviously. And I think that I'm actually just going to go ahead and path right now. Just get rid of one of them. That way if I hit a second one off the Jace, or if I just draw like a Snapcaster Mage or something. Let's see. So yeah, I'm actually just gonna Serum Visions first. Yeah, see, exactly. So I'm gonna go click on top, path on top, play Flooded Strand, pass. And now I can also actually just animate Colin out and block, which is good. But I'm going to just take the hit and just, threaten. He might not even attack if he doesn't have anything. But, yeah. So this is just a lot of setup here. And I'm going to put a note here. I'm going to go path. Click. Alright, so he is Brutality. So he's just going to try to make me discard. So I'm just going to negate. And I think the click is going to go downstairs. Actually, no, because let's see. If I cast Jace and tick down, yeah, actually that's better. So I'll just cast Jace and tick down, and then if I like the click, then I'll keep the click, and then I can still just cast the path. So we're just going to look at the top three here. So we've got Rest in Peace, Gideon, Click. That's pretty good. Alright, so he's either giving me Click and Rip or Gideon. And think I just take the Gideon, and I will shuffle those away and come on back. Alright, so we got 2 planes already. So I'll just play the Gideon and just lock down the Kitchen Finks. It's better to get that in play. It's more mana efficient. So we'll just lock down the Kitchen Finks and just pass. Alright, so there's a Scavenging Ooze. Alright. Call it on. So we're gonna plus Jace, plus Gideon on Kitchen Finks. I'm just gonna pass. If he goes to attack, I just animate Colonnade. If he's got a kill spell, whatever, I've got path. No big deal. Second Scavenging Ooze. Alright. Now it's time to find a... Okay. So here's what's going to happen here. I'm going to animate the Colonnade. And I'm going to declare a block. And because his Scavenging Ooze has been shrunk by Jace, he's forced to use all 3 of his mana to eat all 3 of the creatures that are in the yard. So he's going to eat the Wall of Omens, and then he's going to eat the Huntmaster, and then he's going to eat the Tarmogoyf. So theoretically, his Scavenging Ooze would be a 4/5, which would kill my Colonnade, but he's about to get blown out. So I cast Path to Exile, and he suddenly loses his creature and his ability to eat anything in the graveyard, which leaves the second Colonnade. Or which leaves the second Scavenging Ooze completely defenseless. So I'm going to tick down. Rest in peace, Tech Edge Crucible of Worlds. So, if he gives me... I think I'm just taking Crucible. These are kind of a non-bow, I understand. But, you give me Tech and Crucible? What is wrong with you? I guess Rest in Peace is actually pretty good against Kitchen Finks, too. But, yeah. But yeah, I think I just take the Edge and the Crucible here. Or, let's think. If I take the Rest in Peace, it makes Scavenging Ooze a 2/2 forever. But I don't care about that, because I've got Jace, and he's got no creatures. And I don't have Snapcaster Mage in my deck anymore, I don't think. No, yeah, I boarded those out, that's right. Yep. But Crucible of Worlds helps me keep him off of the color. And then eventually it's just going to, when I draw Ghost Quarter, it's just going to crush him. So I'm going to take the Crucible Edge, actually. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have plenty of mana to be able to just cast Tech Edge. Or to use Tech Edge and blow up his Black Cleave closer on him. So, once I find a way to kill the Scavenging Ooze, then the Crucible of Worlds is going to just be a huge advantage for me. See, I'm setting up for the long game. If he attacks with the Scavenging Ooze, that's interesting. So he may have drawn a Fatal Push, which is unfortunate. But, you know, what are you going to do? Okay, he did not. Oh, okay, so it's Liliana, and he's just gonna make me sacrifice a creature. And that's also fine. Because he just lost his scavenging. He didn't even eat the tech edge, knowing I have a crucible in my hand. I don't know, it just doesn't seem to be the best. Alright, so I'm gonna lock down Kitchen Finks. I'm gonna take up Jace. And we're gonna animate the second colonnade. We're going to attack Liliana. Play colonnade again. And pass. Fulminator Mage. Well, that's really, really good against Crucible of Worlds. So plus Jace. And prevent all the damage from Kitchen Finks. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. So I can't cast Crucible. Alright, so I'll just pass. Oh, wait a minute. Did I play land this turn? No, I didn't. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay. So I could play Crucible and just play like a tech edge from the graveyard, and that gives me 5, so I can enemy colonnade to block the Fulminator Mage if he decides to attack. He's attacking Gideon. Honestly, I just might even let that happen. I don't even care. But no, we'll. The correct is always hit Jace. Unless you can kill the Gideon. I mean, Gideon's like 8. There's no way. So, yeah, okay. Kill it. Sure. Just play it again. Go down with Jace. I guess he just kind of gave up. I'll just take all 3 cards. That's fine. Lock down Kitchen Finks. And I will pass. Okay. So there's Black Leaf Cliffs. Alright, so I'm gonna path Kitchen Finks now. And then Tech Edge the red source. Play Tech Edge. Take up Jace. Gideon is going to be a monster. And a colonnade. Attack for 8. And we'll pass. And see, this is another example, a little bit of how Leak is good with Tectonic Edge, because now I'm going to start to be able to just take him off of lands and make Leak good again. So just do put the temple, get rid of that. Tick up, make a guy, I didn't play Tech Edge this turn because if he didn't have a play last turn, then he's not going to have a play this turn, so I'm not too worried about, you know, needing to leak something. You know, sure, go ahead, Thoughtseize me, that just increases my clock. Actually, I don't think it affects the clock at all, but whatever. So he took Supreme Verdicts. So, yeah, opponent is just F6ing because they're most definitely done playing this game. They're just either hoping I make a mistake or timeout or a combination of both. GG. Cool. Alright. We will be back for the next round. Stay tuned.